Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. We have made it halfway through the week, and we're here to bring you joy, to uplift you for the remainder of the week. So hang with us now with an incredible co-host, Olivia Ambani, to start an all-new episode of Project Joy Live. Here we go. Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Getting chilly out, my favorite time of year, fall time. Got my flannels, my ponchos, all of those things happening this time of year. I don't mind when it gets cold. I love when it gets cold because that means like more snuggling under blankets, warm clothes, stuffed animals, loved ones, whatever you need to do to snuggle, and hot chocolate, hot cider. Just that time of year. It's that time of year here. It's my favorite. I have so much joy to share with you today, and we're going to have a great show on tap for you. So let's talk about it now in the morning brew. All right. So listen. We went, I have to tell you about this. And by the way, make sure you check in, go to the comments, say hello, let us know what's bringing you joy today, where you're joining us from, all that fun stuff. We have Olivia Ambani coming up here shortly to join us, co-hosting today. We're going to talk about joy and celebrating yourself, which is something, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm still working on it, but we'll talk about it. And I have to tell you about what's bringing me joy today. So we went over the weekend, couple things. Saturday, we took my oldest two girls have been to concerts before, but my youngest two have never been to a big arena concert. So we took them to their first concert on Saturday, and we went and saw Steven Sanchez. Now, I'm going to full disclosure here. I had no clue who he was until several months ago when my daughters started freaking out that when they found out he was coming to play here. And I'm like, who is this guy? And now they played his music for me. I'd heard like one of his songs before, but I was not really familiar with him. And as I'm listening to his music, I'm like, what a throwback. This is like old crooner, Frank Sinatra, Wayne Newton, like very like 50s, 60s kind of vibe, right? And so I'm like, wow, this is really like it's such a throwback sound to me. It surprised me, to be frank, that my girls were so into this music. And then I saw what Steven Sanchez looked like, and I was like, well, of course they're like freaking out over him in that kind of way. So I surprised them and got them floor seats. Now I've never sat on the floor, down in the, floor level. I'm always up in the stand somewhere. So this was new for me too. So we got the floor seats. And then I tell you guys all the time at Mohegan Sun Casino here, we get free tickets to stuff all the time. So we were offered another 4 tickets. So then we ended up with 8 tickets. So we took my daughter's friend, and it was me and Margine and Nina, my two oldest girls, and Margine's friend Lily. And we were sitting on the floor. And then my husband and my youngest 2 daughters, Leah and Jocelyn, sat up in the stands. And we got really lucky. Their seats were not that far from us, so we could see each other, and I could help with bathroom breaks and things, because little kids have to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. But the show was so good. It was so good. His voice, absolutely incredible. Such a strong, powerful falsetto. I was blown away. I was really blown away. And do you know what I left that concert having new faith in today's music. It really did. It was such a good show though. Like, man, he really, like, with the Elvis moves out there dancing, and the music was just so beautiful. And the two acts prior, BB, oh man, I'm having a moment. Hold on, you guys. Right before Steven Sanchez was the Paper Kites. They're another one that I had not listened to a lot before, but man, what a vibe that band is. It's one where you could like put on, um, you know, maybe have a glass of wine, a gummy or two, whatever your vice is. Get, chill out, maybe paint a picture, get some Bob Ross going on. They were really, the Paper Kites were really a vibe. And then the one before them, which I didn't know that she was going to be performing, is a local, singer songwriter. I think she's out of Boston. Her name's BB Stockwell. BEBE Stockwell. Go check her out. Again, she just takes you to a place. And her first song, I laughed so hard because it was funny, but it's not funny. It's more ironic, I think. But she sang this song called "All the Plants Are Dead," and it was about how she was seeing somebody, they were dating, and he was supposed to like water the plants, and he just took off one day and stopped watering the plants. So it was just this moment where like everybody could just kind of relate to like everything falling apart. And she was really, really great. Very sweet, humble, beautiful singer. Her voice is just stunning. And so anyway, such a great concert. We had such a great time. That was Saturday, that was Friday. And then Sunday, we went back to Mohegan, but to comics, because my cousin, I've shared with you guys, is a resident comedian, magician, and he's been there for many, many, many years. And he used to do the comedy hypnosis shows, but when COVID happened, they stopped doing it because they didn't want people, coming up on stage and touching each other and all of that. And so they stopped doing the shows, and they did a one night only performance on Sunday. And because my husband had never seen this show before that he's done, I've seen it. I've been hypnotized by my cousin before, by the way. I've seen the show and everything, but he wanted to see it. So we got tickets front row, and it was sold out. So congratulations to my cousin, Jim Spinato, for selling out comics. It was really great. So funny. Just like his magic shows, forewarning, it is completely R-rated. This is not a show for children. This is one where you're going to laugh so hard you're going to cry and probably pee your pants. Like it's that kind of show. Very funny. But congratulations to my cousin Jim Spinato on a sold out show, and a very hilarious, so funny. And then of course it was great. And we have just as full, if not a more full weekend this weekend, because Friday we go to Duran Duran is who we're seeing Friday. And I did not plan for this like this. It's just the way it happened. Okay. Friday is Duran Duran. Saturday, Pop 2000 tour with O-Town, LFO, Ryan Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, big concert. And then Sunday night, we just got surprised. Tickets fell in my lap to Sarah McLachlan. So big weekend this weekend. And I am exhausted, you guys. I've just spent the whole week in bed. Okay, because I can't do it. I can't do it. Let me know what's bringing you guys joy today. Good morning. Miss Teresa's here. Buenos dias, my friend. Yeah, Teresa says, sorry about that warm. I know the last couple of days have been a little bit warmer than normal. And it doesn't feel like fall. Holidays are coming. Get cold already. Happy Wednesday, Miss Brittany. Good to see you here today. Miss Olivia Ambani's here today, you guys. So we're going to take a super quick break, and we'll be right back with Olivia. Let's do it.
On April 4th, I was 90 years old, grandson of slaves. My parents were first generation free. A long time ago, I embrace the definition of love. Love is the experience of well-being. And a friend is one who mutually shares that experience of well-being with you. which opens up almost infinite creative possibilities.
Speaking of friendship, one of my favorite people from across the pond is here today, Olivia Ambani. Welcome back to Project Joy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love that of yours.
I love it. Okay, so question to go off of what I was talking about. Do you know who Steven Sanchez is?
I don't know Steven Sanchez, but I'll check him out.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna send you a couple of little videos that I took, because he comes out into the crowd as well, and so he was like 6 feet from us, and my daughter's having a meltdown next to me.
I love it.
But I was just. You just don't hear music like that anymore. It was just such a wild throwback. It makes you feel like you're back in that time, and you're not. And then you kind of wake up and look around and go, where are we? But it was really just great music in general. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always artists that like just connect with different people. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. There was a lot of different age groups there too, which I saw, which was really wonderful. And I was talking about this the other day, and I'm sure you'll be able to relate to this with your music as well. There's a lot of division in the world right now. We're in political season here in the United States. Our voting is coming up on November 5th, and so there's a lot happening here. But concerts are so wonderful, because you go and like everybody's in the same vibe, and no one's asking each other, what party are you, or who are you voting for, or what is it that you're just there to enjoy. And it's just so nice. Like, if we could just be like that all the time.
It's true. I know concerts do that. I mean, as someone who performs, like I had a show, not this weekend, the weekend before, and it was so wonderful to just see everyone, and like I got them to sing with me at different parts, and just it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And yeah, and even when you're in the audience, you feel it, like you're all the same goal. You all love this artist or this music, and so it's very music and sports, I think, are very uniting.
Yes. Can we just heal the world? Can we just do it? Music. Oh, I love it. So we're going to be talking about today joy in celebrating yourself, and I'll let you kick it off, because I shared before, it's something that I feel like I actively work on remembering to celebrate myself, and also asking myself what that even looks like for me in the moment. So why don't you kick us off and tell us your initial thoughts about celebrating yourself?
Yeah, I think for me, this has become like something I do quite often, but specifically this year was quite big, turning 40. And I think I really wanted to celebrate my life. Also reflecting on, after losing my auntie last year, I was thinking about, I've been to a couple of funerals, hers and a former bass player of ours. And I thought about, did they know how much they were loved? And did they know that they were celebrated? And did they celebrate themselves? And so just made me more deliberate about how can I celebrate myself. So like I did a photo shoot for my birthday. I dressed up, I went out for dinner, and I gave myself all the attention that I would give someone else on their birthday. And so for me, like celebrating myself has become like almost a ritual, even with my music and my music journey. I'm like, how can I celebrate myself? The other day I bought myself a bottle of rosé. I love rosé wine. And so I was like, I've never actually, I think last time I bought that was I was in uni, which was years ago. And I was like, why have you never bought yourself a bottle of wine? And so my friend actually had bought me a really beautiful glass of wine. And a wine glass. And then she had engraved 40 on it. And it was just like, well, I need to celebrate the occasion. Yeah. But yeah, for me, celebrating myself has also helped me to acknowledge what I have done, who I am. Especially, I found like when I have different seasons in my music career, when I'm comparing myself or feeling really low, like that pulls me out. I'm like, okay, it's okay. You want these other things, but what have you done? Who are Like, and you're not just these numbers, you're not just what other people think about you. Like, you're worthy of celebrating, even if all you do is exist. And so, yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to like bring it up, because it has actually brought me joy. The more like,
Mm,
like buying a dress, or I don't know, just going where I want to go. I think it's a lot about what do I want, and
yeah.
giving that. And so that's kind of how celebrating myself looks like.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I think it's interesting because I feel like I go through waves where I'm really good at paying attention to what I need and what I want and how and praising myself for how far I've come or celebrating little things, and then there's other times where like I feel like I forget about it for a little while because I think we were talking about this last night on Beyond 2D with Ferran, how sometimes we slip into a certain role and we're not even really aware that we've done it. And I think that's been really easy for me as a mom to slip into sort of a caregiver sort of role and worry about everybody else and not really think about and celebrate myself. And also getting out of, like you said, buying yourself a bottle of wine or bouquet of flowers or whatever, and stop waiting for other people to do it. I think it's nice to receive that from other people, but I'm constantly saying like, my husband will ask me from time to time, like, what is something that you want? And I'm like, well, I would rather you give me something from your heart and not ask me, because like it means more to me if the person like if is giving you something and wants to give it to you or wants to celebrate you in that kind of way. And so
Mhm.
it's a great reminder, I think, to buy yourself that bottle of wine or that bouquet of flowers, or take yourself on a date, go to a movie. I was thinking about this the other day. I think I've only been to a movie by myself like one time in my
Oh,
whole life. Like I think I've
wow.
always gone with other people. And so just think about little things like that. Like what are some, have you ever done certain things by gone on a road trip by yourself, or anything like that? Like you don't have to wait for other people to do it.
Exactly. I so agree. I mean, I remember when I went for my first solo holiday, best holiday ever. Like, I booked myself to a hotel in the coast and of Kenya, and I went there, and it was like everything was catered for, like all food, all drinks, like it was all in the package. They
Mhm.
picked me from the like train station, and it was 5 days of just enjoyment, and it was right
Mm,
next. And I remember I was so relaxed, I was so happy, and like all the money came together for that holiday. And so, yeah, I think taking time to be with ourselves is such a beautiful gift, because we give
yeah.
so much time to other people that that's one way you can celebrate yourself. Even going for a walk, or like I remember there was this story I heard of this mother who had like so many kids and her house was super full. And her celebration for self, because she knew she couldn't really go on holiday, was when she'd have her morning coffee. Like
Mm,
that was the thing. So she'd just have like 10 minutes of just sitting with herself and
yeah.
drinking. That for her was like everything. And so, yeah, it was a reminder of like, even in your circumstance, what things or habits or things can you do just for you because they matter to you? So that's one way you can think of celebrating yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to tell me how you feel about this too. One of the things that I have stopped to think about over the last several years is how I'm rewarding myself, how I'm celebrating myself, and if those things are actually a celebration, if those things are actually loving myself and caring for myself. So, for example, if I'm in a season of life where I'm really being health conscious, and I want to find a way to celebrate myself, it like is going to buy myself a cake. Is that really celebrating myself if ultimately I'm harming myself, or I'm, impeding on some sort of goal or whatever that I have? And so I check in with myself a lot about that too, like thinking and going, okay, like this may be what I want in this moment. And sometimes yes, go splurge or whatever. But if the way that you're celebrating or rewarding yourself is going to hurt you in the long run, I think sometimes maybe rethinking whatever that looks like could be a healthy practice as well, and going, okay, what are some other ways that I can celebrate myself that maybe are more healthful for me in the moment?
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes that's where it gets tricky. Like, are we celebrating ourselves, or are we self-soothing, or are we like
Mm,
crutch? So it's again that like, because sometimes it's also a trauma response. Like you're like, okay, I just need to feel okay. So then let me do this thing. Like for me, I felt like like I used to eat chips. That was my
yeah.
thing. Um, but I guess what you guys call French fries, because I think that's different. So I
Mm,
would want to eat that, and that was like my comfort. And so now I realized I was like, that's not that healthy for me. So I have a limit of how much I can eat in a month of
yeah.
that. And just also when I started going for therapy, I realized how food was like I was coping through food in different ways.
Mm,
I'm generally a slim person. Like it's easy to think you can get away with it, but there's a way I would feel in my body that just was not great.
yes.
You know, like my moods would be different. I'm dehydrated, I'm tired, like just, yeah, just sluggish. And so I was like, this isn't helping me. I'm not feeling great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, right. Even like thinking about how we can celebrate ourselves in a way that is helpful and, good for you.
Yeah. And it can be challenging because it could mean change to your circle around you. It could mean change to, certain habits that you're in or whatever, like I would, my celebrating myself would mean like grabbing some friends and going out for a drink. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink alcohol anymore at all. And so that can mean a little bit of a shift. It means like when I go to a bar, like, okay, now I'm a huge fan of going up and being like, so I'm celebrating today, and but I don't drink anymore. Can you make me like a cute little mocktail? Can you like put together, just, and then they'll be like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, you surprise me, like get creative, and do something. And they usually will respond really well to that. And so I think expressing yourself too is also really important, and just being honest with people and saying, hey, like I want to celebrate this with you like we always have. Things look a little bit differently for me now, but maybe we can support each other in that. And I think in general, like when you communicate in that way, people will be quick to want to help out and help you, fulfill whatever that is that you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like that's it. It's opening our minds to what is possible when it comes to celebration. And I think also if those who don't want to like join you in that way and are so rigid on how they think you should celebrate, then maybe
Right.
they're just not meant to be in your life for that season.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nancy was saying, I used to gift or treat myself with an exotic fruit I never had before or had the money for. I love that. Like every now and then they'll have like a dragon fruit or something that's really yummy looking in the store, and just, go get you a fancy fruit and check out. And usually there's not a lot of people that even know sometimes that those are there, and the checkout people will be like, ooh, what's that? And they'll want some of my fruit too.
I love it. And to also learn something new.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Is there any, because we always talk about music when you're on. Is there any certain songs that help you feel celebratory to with yourself? Like is there certain songs you put on when you're like really just feeling yourself and celebrating?
Ah, man, I think it depends on the season because
Yeah.
I so much music. So I think it depends on what I'm listening to at the moment.
Mm,
I don't have specific song. It depends on what is on my repeat, and that's probably what I'll play. Yeah. So there's no one specific song. There never is.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just been playing on repeat, and that's like high energy. Like I've been listening to a lot of electronic house music. I mean, I know I do write it, but also from South Africa, from Kenya, from different regions. So that tends to be my go-to, or Afrobeats tends to be my go-to, and I'm like looking for really happy,
Mm,
exciting songs. Yeah.
yeah. Love
Yeah.
that. Love
You?
that. I'm trying to think if I have any that stick out to me. Of course, I ask the questions I can't answer myself. I'm trying. I'm trying to think. Let me look on my list here. I usually like anything that makes me dance, like, that sort of thing. I enjoy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything one specific song, but yeah, anything. I'm with you, like on the dance, anything that makes you get up and dance and be like, in that party party vibe, I guess, is what I like to listen to as well. Yeah. But so listen, tell us what your favorite way is to celebrate yourself in the comments. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll go over your comments, and we've got birthdays as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. We're here with the amazing Olivia Ambani this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. We're coming up on Halloween here. Do you guys do that over there, or
Yeah.
what does that look like for you guys?
Great Halloween. They have parties. I think there's even one of the oldest shopping malls in Nairobi that's having like a Halloween festival or something.
Very nice. Very nice. I mean, it's like, we were talking about before the show about political seasons and different things. You never really know what happens in other countries, who celebrates what. And so I love that you guys do that. It probably, you'll have to like take some pictures and send them to me so I can compare and get a picture in my head of if it looks similar to what we do over here. But I guess even here, it depends on where you go. It looks so different. I'm sad that there's like very few kids that still do like regular house to house trick or treating here anymore. So many people just do the, trunk or treats and things like that, where the people set up their cars. And I don't know if you guys saw on my Facebook, but the cat's out of the bag. Our family is doing Alice in Wonderland this year. And so I am the Queen of Hearts, and my little ones are Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and my one daughter's Alice, and the other's the Mad Hatter, and my husband, who you guys have not gotten to see in costume yet, and get ready because you are going to fall on the floor laughing. My husband is the caterpillar.
Oh.
And then my son is the Cheshire Cat, and so we're the entire Alice in Wonderland. And we did we decorated. I didn't even bring it. I'm gonna have to show you guys on Friday's show. We won our trunk at the library event. We won for the best overall trunk. I have a little trophy and everything. And the really cool thing about this is that the judges had come out and explained. So one of the judges, the award is named for her father. And she was like, would you like to hear about why it's named after him? And I said, well, sure. You guys know I love a story. So I was like, tell me about it. And so apparently while her father was alive, he was really like extra in everything that he did. And so one time they were doing some sort of medieval theme, and he actually went out and bought a real life-size knight armor costume thing because he was so like excited about being a part of it. And so they put his name on these awards to award people after he passed away, who kind of go above and beyond to like take their decorations or their celebrating to the next level. So I really just loved that. I thought that was such a great story. And do you know anybody like that like for the holidays just goes all in?
Do I know of someone? No, but I do know people who love like having like Christmas trees. Some people are already gonna have them up soon. There's I think a content creator I follow, and she's like she loves it. I think by October, end of October, she has like a tree, and she's gonna get the sweaters and everything.
Yeah.
And for us, it's because we have summer, so like you will not be wearing a sweater during Christmas.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way, but yeah, I don't know of someone who goes all out like that. Yeah. But my mom is interesting. She's very stylish and like makes an effort always. So
I love that. I love that. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to Halloween coming up, or what are you or your kids or your family going to be? What are you looking forward to? Do you celebrate it all? Let us know in the comments. Mr. Kevin Kiley is joining us this morning. Good morning, Kevin. Good to see you today. All right. So it's time to do birthdays. Ready, Olivia?
yes.
Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, it is time for birthdays. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, in the world of celebrity, Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, 48 years old today. Happy birthday. Okay, some guys, you guys need to brace yourselves. All right, turning the age of 65, officially a senior citizen here in the United States. Weird Al is 65 years old today. So happy birthday, Weird Al. He's coming here, by the way, you guys. I think 2025, Weird Al is coming to one of the casinos. Maybe we'll try to work that out. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. That would be a funny concert. Robert Trujillo, the bass player for Metallica, 60 years old today. And singer Miguel, one of my daughter's crushes, is way too old for her, 39 years old today. So lots of people in the music world today. The celebrities in my life, past guest of the Breakthrough Show, fabulous coach Annie Henderson has a birthday today. Yesterday, and I will have you know that I called her from my front porch last night in front of the whole neighborhood and sang to her very loudly. Yesterday was Grimlong's birthday. She is single-handedly responsible for how beautiful I have learned to design our website. So our website looks so good because she taught me well. So happy birthday, Grim. Also yesterday, one of my husband's best friends growing up, Michael Vaginos, also Pam Nichols, Stephanie Dias. Happy birthday to all of you. Do you have any birthdays you're celebrating today, Olivia?
That's my friend, a very, very good friend. Not today, but it was on the 19th. So it was on the weekend. Sarah Tabai, it was her birthday. Yeah, that's the main person.
Very nice. Yes. All right. Let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Ryan, Weird Al, Robert, Miguel, Annie, Grim, Michael, Pam, Stephanie, and Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you are set up to have an amazing day or just celebrate the rest of the month, because why not? You're allowed. Celebrate yourself. That was the goal here today. Love it. Do you have anything exciting and great and wonderful happening in your world, Olivia?
Oh, so many things. But There's a series I don't know if I've mentioned here before, that's called Money Conversations, where I talk
Mm.
about, and so I'm having a live today at 7:30 p.m. Kenyan time. I'm not sure what time that will be.
What time? Okay, what time is it there now? Let's figure this out.
30. So like
12.
in like in 3 hours.
Okay, in 3 hours, go to
Yeah.
Olivia Ambani's Instagram.
So I'm gonna be having that, but I think what's exciting about it really is that it just started as a passion of me sharing my journey with money, and as a creative and as an African, I wanted to encourage more people to talk about it, and now it's just blowing up so much that I'm like trying to keep up with it, like
Yeah.
getting us to talk, getting requests from other creatives on different topics they want me to focus on, because a big thing that we found here is that a lot of the financial world does not talk to creatives. They don't think we're worth the time, or they
Mm,
like interpret the information. I think actually it's a global problem. Like they just don't interpret the information in a way that makes sense to someone who maybe is not in that sphere or doesn't have a 9 to 5 or like a corporate job.
right.
So a lot of times creatives miss out on a lot of opportunities because it's just not tailored to them. And literally, it's just about translating the information. And that's pretty
Mm,
much gift is with communication. So it's been really exciting to see different creatives' lives evolve and change and become more empowered financially through the series. So yeah, I
love it.
have one couple of other workshops coming up.
It's so important because I think creatives in general, we just want to create. Like
Yeah.
we just want to help the world. We want to make pretty things. We want to sing pretty things. Like we just want to do the creating part. And so a lot of times we're not really focused on the financials. And we like, because I think you're right that a lot of people sort of glaze over us, and then we don't have the information that we need to make those good, informed, healthy decisions either. And I will say this as well, as because you all know we're in political mode here in the United States, so many people are looking to a political candidate to change their financial situation. We need to be looking this way
Oh
to
my
change our financial situation.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is a global problem, and that's what politicians use. And it's
Yes.
another extreme. I mean, I think it happens all over the world where they like lie to people, like our current, not to get too political, our current person, that's what he did. He pitched like we're gonna help the people who need it, da, da, da.
Hmm.
His policies are the opposite. So, I
Right.
mean, just in general, regardless of who you believe in, who you vote for, I think at the essence, it's about you taking control of your financial life. And there are people who will make money, not illegally, very legally, in
Hmm.
any, because they have the knowledge. There was a fact that really struck me when you ask most millionaires if they were to go broke now, if they would be fine. They say yes, because the knowledge they have is the same. So
Right.
so that's the difference, right? It's
Yeah.
knowledge. So
Yeah.
I always say it's like generational wealth. The most important part of that wealth is knowledge. It's not even the cash flow. That's what people
Mm.
understand. Like a lot of generationally wealthy families, what they passed on was the knowledge and how to make money. Yes,
Yeah.
the money of course helped, but without the knowledge, it's like that's how people win like a lottery, but they didn't have the knowledge on what to do with the money.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, I'm passionate about this very
Yeah.
intensely, as you can
I
see.
love it. You're doing, I mean, it's so important. And I think it's very helpful for you as a creative yourself to be having these conversations, because you're not coming it from a different line of work. You're coming from it from the same thing and speaking to people where they are. So thank you as always for the work that you're doing in the world, Olivia. We appreciate you. And the rest of the day, if you're not listening to her live, you could listen to any of her music on Spotify, YouTube, any of those places wherever you stream, which is good.
And actually, I do have a new song. Gosh, this is my life. Like I
Oh
have so
yes.
many. I do have a new song that came out. Was it last Friday? A week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's called Eruption. It's a great song I did with a Spanish producer who was in Kenya for like a brief moment for show, and a Moroccan producer. So the Spanish producer is Kiko Navarro, and the Moroccan producer is C El Saad. The song's called Eruption. That's a great, if you're looking for a song for like motivation to like, yeah,
It's a vibe. Okay, you guys got to go listen to it. That's all you get. That's it.
there you go.
Love it. I love it. So many good things. Make sure you guys, like I said, check out Olivia Ambani wherever you stream your music, purchase your music, all of that. Go do that for Olivia. Also today we have virtual co-working happening all day today. It's a great day to drop in if you've never experienced it before. We work together from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time today. So all day. You can go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club. Our calendar is there where you can just click on the link to go to the room that we're in. But we are in the virtual co-working space, collaboration. What the heck's the name of the room? Collaboration something. Anyway, it'll tell you once you go there. So we work together today, all day. And then don't forget, every single day, you guys, we get together at 7 a.m. Eastern time to read Dorothy Auger's For Love poem in her room that's dedicated to her in our virtual community. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her passing. So if it's not something that you normally attend, we would invite you to come, and we have the poem on the wall in there so you can read it if you don't know it by heart. And you can read the poem with us 7 a.m. Eastern time every single day, 7 days a week, 365. After that, we meet up in the virtual gym for our community fitness hour. We have 2 of those every day, 7:15 a.m. Eastern time and 12 p.m. Eastern time. Brittany starts her brand new mindful doodling tomorrow, which is happening every 2 weeks. If you need a moment to just sit, connect with your creativity, bring a piece of paper and a pen, and Brittany will lead you through a brief guided process to doodle your way to creativity. And it's just going to be a nice break in your day. So that's going to be happening every other week at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. Again, the breakthroughshownetwork.com or .club to find out about all of our events that we have. And we would love for you to jump in wherever you feel led to do so. Olivia, thank you so much again for joining us today. I love you, my friend, and we appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, and enjoy the shows. I was hearing the show, the Sarah McLachlan one. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Like I was like, oh, we have 2 things this weekend. That's going to be great. And my husband goes, can you handle a third one? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired. But I did say that I wanted this year to be a Euro concert. And so when he said, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. So I'm excited. I'm going to cry during that one. That'll be
Videos for the rest of us, please. We'll be with you.
I will. Maybe I'll do like a little quick live on Instagram, and then y'all can, yes, that'll be great. Great. All right, my friend, thanks for being here. Thanks all of you, wherever you are in the world today. I'm Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day, because you are the joy. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Oh, don't forget to celebrate yourself. Okay. Yes. Celebrate yourself. Have a good day.